What a bunch of frickin' cowards. Everyone in MLB, you're all a bunch of cowards. What a bunch of cowards. And I'm not going to accept it anymore. You have the courage to overturn bullshit calls, then you have to stand on business. That was a fair ball. The chalk lit up. That was a fair ball. He screwed DJ LeMahieu. He screwed the Yankees in the process. Absolutely not having it. Absolutely not having it. This is the same goddamn replay booth that told us that Aaron Judge's home run ball, which was fair by 50 feet, was a foul. And they've done it again. What do they do in that replay booth? What do they do? Do you sit play fucking solitaire all day? Like, what do they fucking do? Like, do we need to have, like, line judges, like tennis, standing there, staring at the fucking foul lines? Because sure as shit, the fucking video replay booth do nothing. I'm supposed to accept that? No. Fucking be better. Stevie B in the chat. Salute to Stevie B. The chalk line is considered fair ball. Hell yeah, it is. FJ. Hey, Donald. Hey, FJ. I'm mad, as you can tell. Yankified is back like it never left because I am mad and I needed a vent. I could have just gone to bed, but no, not after that. Replay booth is just dancing and playing with Super Soaker and passing the gun. Wait, I got Luca in the chat. I believe Luca was calling the game. My cousin was front row in right field. Front row. So he texted me. He's like, the ball's fair. He was like, I can see it. The ball's fair. It hit the chalk. Front row. Should have just deferred to him. Because the video replay booth do fuck all. Who else is in the chat? Hit the like button. Give me your thoughts, guys. How the fuck do you mess up the vote? Oh, don't get me started on that terrorist. I know what it sounds like, but they just didn't want the Yankees to win. Yeah. Go back to Umps school. What did they do though? Like, it's the video replay booth. Just call the right play. Just call it. It's not difficult. If it's fair, just call it fair. If it's foul, call it foul. It happened to be fair. So call it frickin' fair. It's not difficult. It's not hard to fucking figure out. I'm only asking for the right call. That's all I'm asking for. Look at this. I got the fucking bullshit right here. There it is. See if you can see it. There it is. Right there. That is at least half the ball is fair. At least. Half the ball is fair. What a bunch of cowards. How do you miss that? If I, on my goddamn laptop, can frickin' see it, how come people who's literally paid to make the call can't see that? What are they saying, that is not enough to overturn? Is it too close to... How? It literally hit the chalk line. It's a fair ball. There's no argument to say that's foul. There's no argument. I'm still staring at it, and there's just no argument to say that that's a foul ball. You cannot call that a foul ball. I mean, there's no argument. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? A ball is shaped like that, okay? It's physically impossible. Physics says that it's impossible for a round shape, half of it, to hit a fucking straight line, for that to be called a foul ball. I mean, come on. I'm only asking for the right call. You just took the game away. And that was a hell of a game, by the way. Aaron Judge's moment was absolute cinema, and we got robbed of it because of these fucking clowns. Got Jez Mess in the chat. Yo, you. How's it going, my man? Jacob. Yes. Good to see you, Jacob. How are you? So, there's going to be a lot of opinions here. I am very mad. And the thing is, it's like, I know obviously bigger picture doesn't necessarily matter because there's every chance that the Yankees can win the next two, and we're happy. You know, they win 2 out of 3. All's well that ends well, but that felt like a playoff game. I had a playoff atmosphere, and it was a well played game. And the umpires decided to take the game away from the Yankees. I'm going to just call it what it is. They took the game away from the Yankees. That doesn't excuse Anthony Volpe. I do think he was out, and I think that was a stupid mistake, and I still don't understand why he tried to steal third. I'll get into Volpe in a minute. But the umpires were a disgrace, and that's what my focus is for the next couple of minutes before I get into Volpe. Yes, Jared Volpe is an idiot for stealing third. Never make the first out at third. Never. That's like a cardinal sin. The only way you do it is if you 100% know that you're going to make it. I mean, you can't do that. Not in that spot. Not after what Aaron Judge just did. I mean, literally, that was the first time that I got excited since October, was that Aaron Judge home run. Like, that is the first time that I've been like, right, baby, I'm all in. Let's go. That was one of the great freaking moments, and we got robbed of it because of fucking umpiring. So let's talk a little bit about what they did to DJ LeMahieu, and Jacob's got it right here. See, DJ post game, he said the only thing he told the umpires was that it was a bad call and they tossed him. What a bunch of clown cowards! I was gonna say. Clown cowards. What a bunch of babies. You can't take it. You're lucky DJ didn't fucking hit you over the fucking head, you fucking morons. What a bunch. I saw him. DJ didn't even say anything. I think he must have. At worst, that was it. All he said was bad call. And then he said this over the top reaction. You're out of here. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Yes, Jared. DJ got tossed. He got fucking tossed. So after he made the out, he quietly, as he was rounding, after he was finished rounding first, and he was passing the umpire, he said, "Bad call." I mean, obviously, I didn't hear him say it, but he obviously just, he just mouthed "bad call," and then the umpires just fucking went, "You're out." What a bunch of fucking cowards. Jacob has sent me the message, so a big shout out to Jacob. I will share that screen just now. What a bunch of fucking cowards. I am pissed. DJ shared what he said to first base umpire Jeremy Rehak. Fucking cocksucker. That was a brutal call. That's it, he said. That's all he said. No curse words. Oh, dude, if I was there, I would be cursing him up a storm. Of all the things I've said to umpires, I was pretty surprised. I can imagine. That was a brutal call. That's all he said. You're out of here. What a bunch of cowards. What a bunch of cowards. Yeah. After the game, I was like, should I go live or should I maybe get some sleep? But I'm actually just too mad. I just kept saying to myself, I'm pissed. I'm really fucking pissed. I need to vent. So I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna curse up a storm. I don't care. Even if it costs us money in this episode, I don't care. I'm pissed. They just took the game away. They took the game away from us, man. I'm sort of over egotistical, sensitive. Yeah, right. Amen. Star next to that one. Jared, cowards. I agree. Yeah, they are. They're just cowards. The thing is, I'm not asking for them to make the call in the Yankees' favor. I'm just asking for you to make the fair call. So I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think Volpe was out. So I think that's the right call. You can argue otherwise. I know it was a bang bang, but I think Volpe was out by a tenth of a second. It was just like, it was bang bang. You could make the argument that it was not close enough to overturn. So there's that argument, and I would agree with that argument, but he was out. Technically, he was out. I think I'm pretty sure about that. Um, so 100%, I'm okay with that call. I think that was more on Volpe being a moron. And it's not just because I'm a hater, but that was a moronic decision. Um, but DJ LeMahieu, that's just safe. That's just safe. That's all day long safe. Fair ball. All day long. It hit the chalk. That's a double. You should be standing at second. And we have a couple opportunities to drive him home. And who knows, maybe that wins us the game because then we turn to Williams instead of Tim Hill. Yeah, Jared, he was out by a millisecond. Lou thinks he was safe, and that's the thing. I mean, you could make the argument that it just wasn't close enough to overturn, and I think that's probably a fair argument to say because it literally was bang bang. I mean, from what I saw, from what my vantage point was, when I looked at the replays, looked at the replays, his glove was there before the throw, right? But I don't believe his glove touched the bag. I think it was just above the bag when they tagged his helmet, just before he touched his hand down on the bag. That's why I think that marginally, like by literally that much, he was out. But it wasn't. The thing was, it wasn't massively egregious like the foul call was, because that's just like plain and simple. So what, like, you could make the argument, how could they say that that was close enough to overturn in a literally a bang bang situation where we've got some opinions saying he's safe, some opinions saying he's out, right? You can have that debate. Well, in that case, just call it safe because you have to go with the call on the field. So um I totally get that. So the umpires did screw the Yankees. Like, there's no other way of putting it. And then good for Boone. Boone going after them. Loved that. Threw his gum out near them. And then, again, of all the things, I mean, what a bunch of cowards again. What a bunch of babies. Oh, someone threw some chewing gum at their direction. It didn't hit them. It's chewing gum. It hit the ground. Right? Oh no. Ooh. Cowards. Let Boone have his say. Cowards. Threw him out. Cowards. I mean, I'm sure Boone wanted to get thrown out because he wanted to get his 2 cents in, and spot on. I'm glad he did, but let's face it. I mean, I think even Joe Girardi said. I mean, again, of all the things, he threw some chewing gum in their direction. Like that's nothing, absolutely nothing. And they're like, "Oh, you're out of here! Oh, come, give me a break! What a bunch of babies! Like this, they need they just need to be the center of attention, and I think that's what it is. I think this is a common trend. It's not just been a Yankee thing. This has been a baseball thing. It's been all around the league. It's been all around the league. They've been oversensitive. They've been cowardly, and they want to be in the center of attention because they know that as soon as these robo umps come in, they're they're kind of persona non grata. So they want to get their money's worth right now. They want to be the center of attention, and they're sure as hell doing it. Just disgraceful. And that's the thing. It's like it's not just the umps though. It's the replay booth, and that's what's scary. They went to the replay booth and they still made the same call. What's up, Ken? Glad to see you and join us, man. We're pretty happy to see this turnout that we're getting. It's very late, and so it says a lot for you guys' dedication to our channel. So a massive thank you for hopping in. It was very much a spur of the moment thing because I was watching that and I'm like, I'm annoyed. Like I think that I just got some stuff to say and I haven't done Yankify in a while because there hasn't been much to talk about. But there's a lot to talk about here. Manfred has to go. Manfred's a disgrace. What's up to Jonathan? How are you, Jonathan? Thank you so much for hopping in, Jonathan. Who told Volpe to run with the lefty? Yeah, let's talk a little bit about him in a minute. Sean says the umps are Red Sox fans. I think it was pretty obvious that they were not calling a fair game. That's absolutely obvious. I don't think anyone in their right mind would ask Volpe to do that. So I'm pretty sure Volpe did that on his own volition. We got John the Beagle Dad. What's going on? Game was a cluster. Yes. I'm always here, John. Yes, absolutely, Jonathan. You're definitely in the running for the early bird award. Although there's some other people that are catching up on you. So, Stevie B's actually got the early bird for this episode. So salute to Stevie B. Stevie B though he wants to call it fair here, and this is a very good point. Yes, the umps were bad, but we had the opportunities and we didn't capitalize. We should have walked Narvaez too. I agree. That Narvaez trade is not looking too good. Volpe should be benched for that stupid attempt. Yeah, let's talk about that, dude. I couldn't believe he did that. And that's why I've never been a fan of him, man. I think he's a low IQ baseball player. I think he's got beautiful range at short, and his arm is improving, and he's a very good defender at times. But he just has these lapses that are inexplicable, and a smart baseball player never does that. I mean, Manfred's gifted you a run, basically. You're standing at second with no outs. I mean, you're in great shape to score. Just don't do anything stupid. And he did something stupid. There's no reason for him to steal third. No reason at all. No reason. It also shows they have zero faith in who's coming up after you. There's no faith in Dominguez? Come on. What were you trying to accomplish? It was over aggressive. It was stupid. It's against the fundamentals of the game. You never make the first out at third. You only steal third with 0 outs if you absolutely locked in know you can make it. If you can see that the pitcher takes a long time with a windup, or you can see that the catcher maybe doesn't have a great arm, or anything like that, fine. If you can see that, for instance, if it's obvious that he's tipping his pitches and he's going to throw off speed, then yeah, go. If you feel like you could get it. But otherwise, you stay where the fuck you are. There was no reason to push it. No reason at all. A ground ball from Dominguez puts Volpe at third with 1 out. Another ground ball and he scores. Sac fly, he scores. Error, he scores. Just fucking stay where you are. Like, that's just not smart baseball. Fundamentals. Fundamentals, baby. John wants to ask Boone who sent Volpe. That's a great point. I would love to ask Boone who sent Volpe too. I'm pretty sure that no one would be dumb enough to tell him to make that to take that risk, because it's literally 50-50, man. It's 50 freaking 50 with these with stealing third with no outs. That's a 50-50 chance that works out. 50-50 at best. If you stay put, the chances of you scoring are infinitely higher. Infinitely higher. It just wasn't worth it. It was a crippling blow to make that out. Crippling. And he also Volpe has this weird jump step when he steals. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he does this jump step. But I actually think it takes away his momentum. He kind of like jumps and then runs. And it actually affects his momentum at times. I don't think he's a great base stealer. I really don't. Just my opinion. I don't think he's like this phenomenal base stealer. He's not like Jazz Chisholm, like in terms of speed. But like I saw him trying to steal there, and he took a jump step and then he kind of stumbled. And that stumble is the reason why he was out. Even though you can make the argument it was too close to call and all that stuff, it was still a really stupid decision. Never should have done it. And that was crucial. All that after what Aaron Judge did. And that's what hurts the most, man. Because what Judge did was just cinema. That was the most exciting moment of this season so far. Hands down. Can any of you in the chat tell me a moment even half, even a tenth as good as that moment that Aaron Judge gave us? It was by far the most exciting moment since, you could make the argument, since Soto's home run in the ALCS. You could make that argument. It was pure cinema. It was pure cinema. It was an unbelievable at-bat. Unbelievable home run. That should have won the game. That should have been a win. I was on cloud nine after that home run. I was in awe. And his moronic shortstop and these moronic umpires took it from him. And Tim Hill, he got the key out. Why didn't he just walk Narvaez? Narvaez is a beast. And I hate that trade. He should be our backup catcher. But yeah, I'm mad at Volpe. I thought Volpe had a terrible game. He made a really nice play short though again, but offensively did nothing. And then he screwed us, stealing third moronically. Yeah, Ed Narvaez one too, but I don't know. I still think it would have been safer. Rojas should have sent him in, guys. Sean says he's sure Boone will have a chat with Volpe. Boone was pissed at the umpires, though. I think Boone said that that they should have had the courage to overturn the decision. But let's say Chris Kirshner asked regarding this whole not walking Narvaez situation. Chris Kirshner says, with Tim Hill on the mound, why did the Yankees not walk Carlos Narvaez to get to Roman Anthony, a lefty? Was there any consideration to walk Narvaez? Boone says, not once he's ahead, but consideration there probably was down there. Some consideration there. We talked about it before the inning a little bit, but then you're bringing the walk into play off a guy that does have that kind of patience. Once we're in the head of the count there, we're going to take our shot. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling that. I'm not really feeling that. I mean, I think it's just a lot of words for him just to say that, yeah, you should have walked him. Aaron Boone says here, fair ball down the line that they missed in real time and don't have the courage to overturn. There you go, Booney. I want the courage to overturn the call that a quarter of the ball is on the line. I even say it's half. It takes a lot of something, a lot of imagination to say that's fair. That's big words from Booney, man. Let's share that screen and look at that quote again. Fair ball down the line that they miss in real time and don't have the courage to overturn. I want the courage to overturn the call that a quarter of the ball's on the line. Spot on there. This last line doesn't really make sense to me, though. So maybe you guys can help me. It takes a lot of something, a lot of imagination to say that's fair. How does it take imagination to say that's fair? It takes a lot of imagination to say it's foul, I think he must mean, because it obviously was fair because half the ball hit the line, so it's a fair ball. It takes no imagination to say it's fair. Am I overlooking that, or am I thinking too deeply about that? That last part doesn't really make any sense. It takes a lot of something, a lot of imagination to say that's fair. What do you mean? I mean, I'm big on Booney right now for going after them, and it looked like he was ready to take their fucking heads off. So, I mean, I'm not criticizing Boone, but that line doesn't make a lot of sense. It takes a lot of something, a lot of imagination to say that's fair. It takes a lot of imagination to say it's foul. He must have. mixed up his words because that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, he's spot on here. I want the courage to overturn the call. Exactly. I want the courage to overturn the call. Good for him. Standing on business. Absolute disgrace. Got Alex in the chat. What up, Alex, man? Looking forward to hanging out with you this summer, my guy, Alex. We are going to have some fun. Just brutal. Just brutal. So what do you guys think about that quote? Just brutal decision. Very frustrating. Flippin' sucked. No messing around here on the Pinstripe Chronicles or Yankified. FJ, yeah, he's right. He had Narvaez one too. It's just, don't you think it would have been a better decision to walk Narvaez from the start and take on the lefty with Tim Hill on the mound, a lefty who kills lefties? Isn't that a better matchup? Especially with 2 outs, all you need to do is get him to roll over on a pitch, and you're out of the inning unscathed. That just feels like the safer bet than facing Narvaez. That's just not a great matchup. I'd even prefer like Williams in that spot to get Narvaez out. I just didn't think that was the right matchup, man. I didn't think that was the right call. Yeah, John the Beagle Dad is not happy with Boone's management of this game. I didn't totally get it. I didn't get it. But you have to remember that our bullpen's awful. So there's not really like an automatic choice. Outside of Williams, there's not an automatic choice. Like Cruz is probably your best arm. Tim Hill is pretty reliable. Don't necessarily blame him for giving up the walk-off. Wasn't good. But, you know, he did get out of a couple of tight spots just before it, so I don't want to overkill him. Hamilton's awful. And you know we can't go to Leiter because he's just as awful. So, like, our bullpen's garbage. So, I mean, I'm not saying that the umpires are 100% the reason why we lost. It's a big reason why we lost, but it's coming back to bite us in the ass having this dreadful bullpen. Oh, God, FJ reminded me, man. He wouldn't walk Otani. I don't know, FJ. Do you remember? Because you've been pretty much an OG of this channel. Because I seem to remember when we didn't intentionally walk Otani, I lost my freaking mind. I lost my mind. I think the next episode of the Pinstripe Chronicles, I was just ranting. I was furious. I was giving Boone I was giving him shit. I was giving him just pure shit for that decision. So, I just think that was a bad matchup. Narvaez is a good fastball hitter. And I would have preferred to load it up and face the lefty with Tim Hill on the mound. I think that was a smarter call. I think Boone messed up there. But I don't want to kill Boone because I'm glad that he just went nuts at those umpires for the cheats that they are. Crochet was amazing. But that's why it's so frustrating because that was like a pure cinema moment from that Aaron Judge home run. Because he doesn't have great career numbers against Crochet. He struck out the entire like game up to that point against Crochet. He was down 1-2 in the count. Um, Basically, it came down to one pitch. If Crochet could get him out, then it's a complete game shutout. It would have been. Absolutely would have been. So it was all down to Aaron Judge. And then I seem to remember Judge managed to turn on a cutter and foul it behind. And then Judge called a timeout. And then he was like nodding his head, sort of like, yeah, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this pitch. And then he worked it. And then he got a pitch down the middle. And oh my God, that was cinema. Absolute cinema. And then he did a little bit of a pose because he's the big man. He's the bad boy. Absolute cinema moment. And that should have been, I mean, that was literally the first time that I've been excited since October. It was a great moment. I was locked in. I was like, wow, this guy's special. This is unbelievable. What a just cinematic moment. My cousin's there in the front row, and he's texting me like, oh my God. Like, this is like fucking cinema, man. To see the umpires then just basically collude just sucks. Really sucks. Because that should have been a win. What a moment. What was Judge's numbers against Crochet? It was like 1 for 8, 1 for 7, something like that. And in the biggest moment, take him over the green monster. Way over the green monster. Like, it was gone the second it hit his bat. Second it left his bat, it was gone. What a moment. Damn it. That should have been a win. And that's the most frustrating aspect about it. Yeah, it's frustrating that the umpires are incompetent, but to then take that moment away from Judge, it sucks even more. Yeah, stuff of movies. That was the stuff of movies, man. You can imagine the freaking music soundtrack to that freaking home run. Donald Boone didn't make the decision for Hill to pitch to Narvaez. Boone was thrown out of the game in the top of the 10th. Brad Osmus was in charge. Well, no, I get that, but in fairness, Boone answered the question of Chris Kirschner, and he said he was considering it. So, like, the idea that Boone isn't like still not aware of what's going on. He obviously knew what was happening. I think he probably could have got it sent over to the bench to make the call if he wanted him to be intentionally walked. Because Boone decided, you know what, we've gotten ahead in the count, just pitch to him. So I think it's silly to just put that on Brad Osmond. Obviously, Boone could have made that call. He didn't. He said he even talked about it with Hill prior about that situation. So I think the smarter call would have been to walk him and pitch to lefty. Yeah, it's Anthony's fourth major league game. What is to consider? Exactly. Narvaez is a good hitter. He's been red hot lately as well, which makes it even more annoying. It would have put Tim Hill in a much better position to succeed. Frustrating. especially after Tim Hill got that key strikeout. The key strikeout. It was huge. I thought, right, we're fine. Very frustrating. Brutal loss. Like the worst loss of the season. Hands down, worst loss of the season. In terms of like emotion. We've had worse losses, but in terms of emotion, no, this is by far the worst. Just brutal. But the umpires threw two guys out, made two brutal decisions. Bunch of cowards. How do they fucking sleep at night like that? Just, I don't know how they can sleep at night like that. I really don't. So DJ LeMahieu didn't even say anything. All he said was brutal call and not gone and thrown out. Fucking coward. What a coward. Should have gone Pablo Reyes to come and fucking smack him in the fucking face. At least make yourself useful in the roster. Yeah, you'll get suspended, but you'll leave a hero because you're gonna get DFA'd anyway when Stanton's back. Lay that umpire out. I don't call for violence, but I do on that occasion. Just nonsense. Fucking coward. Fucking coward. And again, Aaron Boone didn't really do anything. All he did is threw some chewing gum and yelled at them. I think they deserved it. Let him say his piece. He wasn't arguing balls and strikes. He was arguing fucking fair or foul. And it was clearly fair. Let him have his say. Throwing him out. Coward. Ump was vindictive. He was. He's a coward. That's all they are. They're just cowards. Just cowards. Fucking cowards. None of them should have gone thrown out, in my opinion. None of them. But I think Boone was probably happy to get thrown out because I think he wanted to get his 2 cents in. But like you have to read the way the game's going. It's an intense atmosphere. It's fucking Yankees Red Sox at Fenway. Aaron Judge just hit one like the moment of the season. There's not even a moment close to what Aaron Judge just did in that fucking home run. you gotta just say, it's Yankees Red Sox. I'm not gonna insert myself into this. Let the players decide this fucking game. I'm not gonna decide it for them. You don't want to insert yourself into a Yankee Red Sox series as an umpire. That's just a cowardly way to do it. It's just cowardly. Because all you've done is just make yourself look like a clown, throwing out 2 Yankees within a space of like 2 minutes. Actually, he's right. I don't know why these modern umps are so thin-skinned. Usually, umps let them say their piece and walk away. Exactly. Especially with DJ LeMahieu. Like Aaron Boone, all right. As I say, I think Boone probably wanted to get thrown out. He probably wanted to get his 2 cents, and I think he probably wanted to fucking go after them. Fair fucks. But DJ LeMahieu, he did nothing. He just said something to him, and he got thrown out for just saying that's a bad call. What are we doing here? That should be a fine. You should get fined for that. And by the way, it makes you look corrupt. I'm just saying it. It makes you look corrupt. If If DJ LeMahieu hits a ball that clearly is fair, hits the freaking chalk, it goes to, you call it foul, which in itself is ridiculous, but then it goes to fucking New York, to the replay booth, or wherever the fuck that replay booth is. Then they look at it and decide, you know what? It's still foul, even though it's hit the chalk and half the ball is hit the chalk and it's a fair ball. I'm calling it foul because I'm a coward. And then after that, you then get DJ LeMahieu thrown out for just saying bad call. And you're telling me that these umpires didn't have a fucking preference as to who won that game? Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Just brutal. Brutal. I'm telling you, it's because of these robot umps that they've got an agenda now. They're vindictive. They've got an agenda, and they're taking out on baseball. And it's not just the Yankees. Obviously, I'm bothered because they've really screwed them here, but it's been absolutely league wide. What about the guy that got thrown out for tapping his helmet? Did you guys see that? They tapped his helmet. Tapped his helmet. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything to the umpire. He didn't even look at the umpire. He stepped out of the batter's box and tapped his helmet to indicate maybe it's a missed call, but he didn't say anything. Got himself thrown out for that. You get thrown out for that. Where is the accountability? Where is the accountability? Where is it? These decisions are costing players. This is their livelihoods. This is their players' livelihoods. Clearly doesn't bother the umpires because they get paid either way. Blow a game, doesn't matter. They get paid exactly the same. But these are players' livelihoods. You just took a double away from DJ LeMahieu. Cost the Yankees the game. That's an L that they didn't deserve to take. The dude got thrown out for tapping his helmet. It's affecting them. It's affecting players. These decisions are affecting players' livelihoods. Have some shame. Have some self-respect. Have some courage. Take your job seriously. Take your job seriously. Are you seeing these statistics on X? And you're seeing it. These umpires are like having like 87, 86% accuracy when the standard is about 93, 94%. They're like 6% below average. These umpires. Just dreadful. Just dreadful. And it's completely fine. How is that fine? How is that acceptable? I know I'm talking from the Yankees perspective, but I'm actually talking league-wide because it's the whole league that's been affected. I'm sure the Red Sox have been affected in the past this year. I mean, this game, it was very much slanted in their favor, but I'm sure they've been screwed up to this point by umpires. The Yankees have. Around the league, it's been everywhere. Everywhere. These umpires have been inserting themselves, and there's no accountability for it. It's affecting players' livelihoods, and I'm sorry, man. It's true. Oh, Donald, you're taking it too seriously. No, because you know that the analytics gurus are behind how much a contract you're going to offer a player. If a player is getting struck out a bunch of times unfairly by umpires, that's going to cost you money. At the end of the year, oh, you've got such and such an amount of strikeouts. What are you going to argue? Well, to be honest, half these umpires are fucking corrupt and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? So it does. It costs you money when you're looking for a contract. DJ LeMahieu's OPS should have been up another 5% with that double. They robbed him. It's brutal. Oh man, Mark, that was a tough loss for the Yanks. It really was, man. It was just brutal. Absolutely brutal. I know, obviously, big picture might not be a big deal. It's every chance the Yankees win. Well, it would be very soon to be today's game. There's every chance, and then maybe this is just me just yelling into the wind, but I think that the big story here is just that these umpires have to be better. They have to be accountable, and there's no accountability for them. They can throw a bunch of Yankees out, a bunch of players out, just willy-nilly. A dude for just tapping his helmet, out. Boone for throwing chewing gum, out. DJ LeMahieu for saying bad call, out. Come on. We've got another new comment in the chat. Salute to you, Celia. It's tough, but I think it's the fact that it's a rival and we seem to struggle against this rival. Well, that's true as well, man. I'm not taking anything away from the Red Sox. They have been outplaying the Yankees by far over the 4 games that we've played them. By far. So, no argument. Smart Media, stop crying and take the L. Thank you, Smart Media. Do you see any tears? I don't see any tears. I ain't crying. But do appreciate the message, though. Thank you. As I say, bigger picture, maybe it's not a big deal. Hey, the Yankees are 16 games above 500? Still very much comfortable in first place, but that was a brutal loss. Brutal. And the umpires had a big role to play in it. And I'm just talking generally that the umpires have to be better. I've already said it a million times. I know I'm on a Yankee channel, but they've affected the entire league. And it doesn't matter who I am. I could be freaking talking on any podcast for any team, and I'd be saying the same thing. It's been a league-wide issue. These umpires are garbage. Garbage. The dude that tapped his helmet wasn't a Yankee. So I'm being very fair about it. Fucking garbage. Be better. Celia, and I keep seeing the replay of Volpe, and there didn't seem like enough evidence to overturn the call. And then DG doubles that would have scored the run. It sucks. Absolutely. So first of all, my opinion is that Volpe was out, and so it's hardly me crying, because I do think that Volpe deserved to be out, because you never, ever try and steal third with no outs unless you're absolutely positive you can make it. It wasn't worth the risk. It was stupid. It was a stupid, low IQ player. So I think that was disgraceful. But you could also say, and Celia's right, it was bang, bang. It was literally bang, bang. It was like 10th of a second. I think, as I say, I looked at the replay. It looked like his glove was over the bag. So he did beat the tag. but I don't think he touched the bag before he got tagged. I think it was just like literally a tenth of a second in it. Um, and I think a lot of it's to do with Volpe's base stealing technique, where he kind of does this jump step, and I think it actually affects his momentum a little bit, because when he did that jump step, he did stumble just a tiny little bit, and that tiny bit stopped him from being safe. But it was still a dumb thing to do. But I mean, I do agree with you, Celia. There was no way that you could look at that and say, "Oh, that's 100% absolutely out," and then you look at the fair ball that hit the chalk line. My cousin was there, front row. He texts me, "Fair ball has touched the chalk. The chalk jumped. Fair ball." So you look at that and then go, "Oh no, that's 100% a foul ball." That's what I'm having issue with. Like it was just like it's like that's not fair. It is definitely not fair, and I'm calling it out. Absolutely calling it out, because you look at that, you look at this image, and it's like, how the hell? I'm looking at it again. I look at it again and again. I just can't understand the reasoning. Look at that. I look at that again. It's like I can't understand the reasoning. It just doesn't make sense. How do you call that a foul ball? How? Like, there's just no evidence to say that that is a foul ball. I mean, clearly half of the ball touched the line. And and by the way, those little legs right there, he should have called it. He's seen it. How does he miss that? He's about a foot away. How do you miss that? If people in the crowd can see that it's a fair ball, how come the first base umpire can't see that that's a fair ball when he's a foot away from it, standing right there above the line? How do you miss that? That's what I'm saying, that there's no accountability for these decisions. Like, it defies the laws of physics how a ball could, half of it could touch a line, and then for it to be considered that it didn't. Just look at it. The evidence is there. How did the video replay booth miss that? It went to video replay. How do you miss that? Accountability. Accountability. Demon D in the chat. Salute to you. Thank you, Demon D. Good to see you in the chat. Not seen you in a while. Great to see you in the chat. Celia says, "No, you're right. I do agree. It seems like when Volpe steals, he's thrown a lot. So it seems like it's something with its technique." Yeah, I think it is. We'll never say anything because it's their golden boy, but I see a technique issue when he steals. He does this kind of jump step, and when you do that, it leads to tripping up, or it leads to just maybe losing your momentum. I don't think he's a particularly good base runner. Yes, I agree, Demon D. Every game counts, especially against the Red Sox. I'm not accepting losing 3 out of 4 to Boston, because, by the way, you're basically keeping Boston in this season. We could have taken care of this. Now they're only, what, 1 game below 500? One solid summer, a solid July, and they're right back in the race. And the Yankees are letting them in it. So yeah, these games do count. But I can't really blame the Yankees though. Not for this game. I can blame Volpe. Absolutely terrible. I can't really blame the rest of the Yankees because Crochet is that good. He's freaking electric. Amazing pitcher. He was amazing. Something about the Sox the last couple of days, they seem to play Yanks tough no matter what. I'll say it right now. Cora manages the piss out of Aaron Boone. He always has. Cora must be lipping his chops every time he faces Aaron Boone, man, because the Red Sox always beat the Yankees. Always with Cora. Even if the Red Sox are awful, they still beat Aaron Boone. The Yankees have been bad against the AL East. Yeah, it is. It's starting to become a trend. Also hate that ghost running. Yeah, Rob Manfred's a terrorist, man. Like, he's the reason why these umpires are taking it upon themselves to insert themselves into games that they have no business doing, because they know that they're going to be persona non grata, so they're just basically putting a massive twos up to the league, and they're worse than ever. They're worse than ever. It's never been this bad. And I've said it before. Like, even last year, I was like, "Oh, it's never been this bad," and then now this year, it's like, "Jesus, it's never been this bad." It's getting worse year on year. Why? Because Rob Manfred's the commissioner. And the ghost rule, awful. It makes no sense. If you want to put it in, say, the 11th inning, I get it. And it's not Monday morning quarterbacking. It's not me crying because the Yankees lost in extra innings. The Yankees always lose in extra innings. It's nothing to do with that. I don't get it. I don't see the upside. It made sense during the pandemic when you want to get quick games out the way. If it goes to extras, cool. Just stick a runner in second base. Let's try and get this thing done. Move on to the next one. I get it, but the pandemic's over. It's been over for years. Let's get back to regular baseball, please. Please. But even still, if you're concerned about, say, using all your relievers, then if you want to insert the ghost runner in the 11th inning, I get it. But not the 10th. Have normal rules for the 10th. And I've been saying it since day one, so it's nothing to do because the Yankees lost today. I would say even the Yankees won today. I don't like the ghost runner. I think it's horrible. I think it's also really clunky as well. Volpe had another good throw. It was a great throw. John, not happy with Volpe right now. You can bash him all you want. I'll do it for you, bro. I don't know why. It's just Volpe rubs me the wrong way. And I don't know why, because he's a good dude. He's a baller. He wants to play every day. He's got a good attitude. He absolutely loves being a Yankee, but for whatever reason, he just rubs me the wrong way. I think he's a slightly low IQ baseball player, which is partly it. And that's why. You know, that throw in the World Series. We know the one I'm talking about. Just not high IQ, not high IQ plays. And then this base stealing is poor. His offense is weird. he'll hit these line drive doubles and then look completely incompetent for the next like 5, 6 at bats. Whatever it is, I know obviously you take the bigger picture and say he's having a good year. Not denying it, but he has these moments, and this is why I can't buy into him. I just can't completely buy into him. I much prefer Austin Wells, much prefer Dominguez when looking at the younger players. I just, it just, yeah, and that attempted stolen base at third with no outs is exactly why I just never quite bought into him. Even when he makes these tremendous plays, and I've always credited him when he makes these great plays, because if you looked at our show this morning, I was just like, that was one of the great plays I've seen. That was an amazing throw. Like, shout out to him. Maybe I was wrong. And then Anthony Volpe is like, yeah, maybe you're actually quite right, because I do kind of do some really dumb things. That's Anthony Volpe. He does. He does a lot of dumb things. And I think half the fan base see it, and they're called haters, but I think half the fan base are like frustrated because he shouldn't be doing these things. At shortstop, you're the captain of the infield. You have to be smarter. You have to be a smarter player. He's not that smart. Turning into Glaber 2.0. God, I hope he hits like Glaber. I don't think he ever will. But he's our shortstop forever, and I don't know. I just like, how do you guys feel about him? So I'm just ranting away here. I mean, give me your opinion. Demon D, give me your opinion on what you see about Volpe. Lou, give me your opinion. John the Beagle Dad, give me your opinion. Let's let's talk about this guy, because when you look at it, he's a winning player. Obviously, I think he's got an above average OPS plus and WRC plus, and like, he is above average in a bunch of categories, and there's obviously a bunch of above average defensively. So why am I so pissed at him? John the Beagle Dad is absolutely done with him. He is here until contract time. I think he's here long after that too, man. I mean, he met Derek Jeter when he was a kid. That gives him a lifetime contract. Is John joining the I Hate Volpe Club? Oh, I love it. Come on, join in, bro. Derek Jeter wouldn't work with him because Derek Jeter's too good. Seriously, bro, you couldn't lace my boots. Nah, he's not that much. He's not like that, but let's be honest, he can. Yeah, here's the deal. The base running is horrible. It absolutely is horrible. Okay, so we got 4 members so far. We got Lou, John the Beagle Dad, we got me. Who else? Demon D, are you in or out on Volpe right now? Anybody else come and hop in with your thoughts? I can see this stuff now because Rob is a huge Volpe fan. He absolutely loves them. So Susan, if she was here, Susan, well, Susan Waldman. Was Susan Waldman? Is she not a big fan of Volpe? All right. We call her Brooklyn from the NFE's chat. Well, get her to. Is she a subscriber here? Get her to sub on to this. She can't stand. Good for her. Stand on business. I know we're vocal minority of the Pinstripe Chronicles. Yes, you should suggest that. Say that a third of the channel is completely against Anthony Volpe. More than anyone? More than you? More than me? Wow. I want to meet this Susan. Not sure how he ever won it. Oh, dude, yeah, that was ridiculous. Certainly not in his rookie year. He actually deserved it more last year. This is his first year. I thought he was pretty average. That was just for the analytics gurus because I thought he had a very very average year at short. Yeah, I mean, I'm just pissed because of what he did today, but I'm probably closer to where you're at, Demon D. I'm not a fan. He's just a regular guy. Yeah, because as I say, he's a good kid. He works incredibly hard. He plays every day. He's got a great attitude. He's a Yankee fan. I mean, all these things should make me love him. And for whatever reason, I just can't buy into him. And I think it's because he's just not the smartest player up there. Yeah, and I think the problem is the Yankees built him up to be a superstar, and I think that's probably why that's affected the way we view him, and it's partly because of the way that the Yankees have treated him. Like they treated him like the heir apparent. They gave him the shortstop job without any competition. They've had him play every single day without any competition, and I honestly just it's frustrating. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because you see that the way that they treated other prospects. I mean, Dominguez. I mean, he's never gotten an opportunity to get hot because he's benched and he's in a rotation. And I can't really argue because Grisham's been great, but why is the same burden not put on Volpe to give him some competition? Why is he allowed just to play 162 games without any competition? What's he done to deserve that? What's Dominguez done for him to be relegated to a fourth outfielder when he's a better hitter and a better prospect? That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't feel like it's fair, and I think a lot of it is because of PR. Because Volpe is great for PR. He's a Jersey kid. He's Italian. He met Derek Jeter. Always wanted to be a shortstop. I mean, they basically gave him the job 10 years ago. Let's face it. That's it. He's not going to be a superstar ever. No, he's never going to be a superstar. He's never going to be an all-star. I'd be shocked if he's ever an all-star. Um, I don't see it. But he's having a good year. And I'm not taking that away from him. He's having a very good year. But again, he does these ridiculously stupid things. Like getting himself thrown out. If he just kept his ass at second base, he would have found a way to score. Yankees take the lead. Hand the ball off to Williams. We're in good shape. So that's on him. And then it would have taken the game out of the umpire's hands. You guys need a bonehead award. Well, partly what Aaron Hicks is for. And there's a lot of competition for the Aaron Hicks Award. You can say the umpires. You can definitely say Anthony Volpe. AJ Puck halts his throwing program with elbow discomfort. That sucks for him. Oh, Demon D, man, I like Garish, man. He's such a great defender. Amazing player in center field. Yanks' love for him is a little odd. That's all I'm going to say. Giving that a star, I completely agree. It is a little, it's a little shady. I mean, but he was in such a hot streak. He was obviously going to go cold at some point. If you look at his career numbers, I don't think he's ever had a season where he's ever hit over 16. And he's already on 13. So, I mean, it was obvious he was going to cool down for a while. But it's not like he isn't useful. And I'll be honest, I think we missed him today. Because he had a couple of hits. Even when he's kind of cold, he's still getting on base regularly at a very high clip. Still getting singles. Like, I think we actually missed him out there in center field today. I'll be honest, I think we did. I think I would have missed his bat. Because at least he gets on base. So Grisham, actually, I'll be honest, he's a very useful player. Yeah, Jonathan Hicks Award is the negative award. Yeah, I mean, I've got two negative awards. I've got the L, and I've got Aaron Hicks. So there's the L, and there's something worse than the L. So I can't go much further than, like, Aaron Hicks is the worst, but you could argue Pablo Reyes is worse than Aaron Hicks, so we'll have a Pablo Reyes Award. But then for the episode, will just go on for 2 hours. Because you guys know I love a rant. So I was asked by Demon D what I think of Rock Regio. It's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, it's cool to see him doing his thing in Somerset. 12 homers and 27 RBIs last time I checked. He's almost on base at a 400 clip. OPS of 1,000, batting average of 270. And he's at the age that you think that he could be ready. 23 years old. Like, he's been on fire. He has been absolutely on fire so far this year. Like, you wonder, do you think that they maybe call him up to AAA at some point? We've also got Vivas. I like Vivas. I thought Vivas did himself, like, hardly a disservice in the bigs. I thought he was absolutely fine. But maybe Rock Regio is a little bit better right now because he's been on fire. But no, I like him. The Yankees have a pretty good farm system. And I love Lombard. Lombard's just, Give me all that Lombard. Well, Lou, I'll be honest. These games, like what we saw, these playoff type games, the Yankees are losing them. The Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Yankees are losing these tough, hard nosed, playoff atmosphere type games. The Yankees are still losing them. And that's why I don't really care that we sweep like the they sweep the Royals and all that stuff. The Royals kind of suck, but I'm talking about these like the playoff atmosphere games. The Yankees have been kind of losing them, and it's because we don't really have a bullpen. We don't necessarily trust who we have pitching after Clark Schmidt in the rotation, and we don't have a lot of power in the infield. That's a part it is an issue. We don't have much power at all in the infield. Um, and obviously we're missing Big G, but we're getting Big G back. That's good. We need another infielder. Absolutely need another infielder. But to be honest, DJ LeMahieu's crushing the ball, and then Jazz Chisholm's coming back. But I think if you're being completely honest, we do need another infielder that can bat from the right side and give you some pop. We desperately need it. That should have been a priority. It should have been done in the offseason. Because you saw in that game against the Royals that those 7 innings with Aaron Judge, it was unwatchable. We were horrible. We couldn't get on base worth a shit. So a lot of what we're doing this year is because of Aaron Judge's unbelievable year where he's batting like 400 and has 26 home runs. I mean, it's awful what happened to Cabrera, but I can't say I've necessarily missed him. I just think that we 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 needed a righty bat even before he got hurt. But yeah, I mean, to lose point, I mean, to be fair, Volpe took the opportunity for us to play small ball away from that stupid steal. And I mean, it was just like, that's just not high IQ play again. But I agree, we do need to play better small ball. But to be fair, again, if you're looking at it, the Yankees actually have if you look at the metrics, I think the Yankees are really good with sac flies this year. We're very, very good at driving in runners uh, in from third with less than 2 outs. Our numbers are really good with that this year. So that I'm going to give the Yankees credit for. That's been a big improvement. So I think it's mostly just due to the fact they just need to get a little bit more talent in the building. Get me a righty bat that can play the infield, second or third base. I think that should be a priority. Oh, we definitely need some bullpen arms. Oof. But we're not far away, man. And that was one hell of a game. John the Beagle Dad would love better coaches. uh, um, yeah. I'm trying to think of anything profound to say about that. It is what it is. I think Boone's by and large managed okay this year, but he's totally screwed up these Dodgers and Red Sox series. He's completely screwed these up, big time, and that's a worry. But then you listen to what Jazz Chisholm says, and Jazz Chisholm absolutely loves Aaron Boone. So the players love him. The players adore him. So, I mean, that does carry a lot of weight. They want to play for him. They want to play hard for him. And then you see what he does today, where he's standing up for his players. He's fucking fighting umpires for his players. You take a step back and go, like sometimes his in-game decisions are a bit questionable, but partly it's to do with the fact he doesn't have a bullpen, so I can understand. But the players love him, absolutely love him. So I can live with Boone. We have a great pitching coach. Our hitting coach is actually good because look at our offensive numbers, very very good this year. One of the best offenses in the league, and we don't even have the greatest offense on paper. So it says a lot. I think the hitting coaches have been solid. We have a great bullpen coach. Always been a big fan of him. Tanner Swanson's an absolute beast as a catching coach. So actually, your coaching is not that bad. And I think Brad Osmus is a fine bench coach. I don't really have an issue with him. I think we need a good third base coach. I'll give you that. That we need an upgrade, but I don't hate our coaching this year. I think they've done an okay job by and large. I think it's just talent. We just need a little bit better talent. And I know it's funny saying that, being comfortably in first place, but I only care about the World Series. We had a taste of it last year. We need to get back. And the only way we get back is we need to get a bullpen. We need another bat. Need Big G back and healthy. Need Luis Gil back and healthy. We do that, and if you want to add another rotation piece, then you can if you want. But those should be the priority. Get some swing and miss arms out of the bullpen, quality ones, and a good bat. I think we're in pretty good shape because the American League is really just Detroit. I'm not sure if we can beat Detroit right now in the playoffs. If we're just being completely honest, I don't think so. We need work. So these kind of games are actually kind of useful to see that we're just a little short. We're not far, but we're just a little short right now. We can't even beat Boston. To be fair, Boston are a good team, and their record doesn't indicate how good a team that they are. And I think you're gonna. I don't know why. I just think the Boston are going to make a late run. I think once they get healthy, they could be an annoying team this summer, but they need to get some pitching. Yeah, exactly, because they've got the offense. If they improve the arms after Crochet and get some bullpen arms, they'd be a good team. I'd be worried about them because they got the manager. But it doesn't excuse the Yankees should have won this game. What's going on, Jake? Good to see Jake in the chat. Hey guys, Lou. I think we can beat Detroit if Cashman makes some moves. I agree, Jake. He needs to make some moves though. Demon thinks Boston are already cooked. I know that but there's only a game below 500, and there's still 3.5 months to play. I wouldn't say they're completely cooked yet. I think they're cooked for the division, but they can definitely make a playoff wild card run. And the way that the Yankees play the Red Sox, I wouldn't want to face them in the wild card. So the Yankees have some work to do. They need to seriously get some bullpen arms. And they definitely need another bat in the infield. But it's good to see Jake in the chat. It's good to see some people in the chat that I haven't seen before. So salute to them for hopping on. Mark Very in the chat as well. as well as Celia and Jake. So it's very cool to see some new some new commenters in the chat. I think he'll at least get a bullpen arm or two. At least I'm hoping, but who knows? Knowing Cashman, yeah, absolutely. I think he knows though, and from what I hear, he's aggressively looking for a righty bat. But I don't know if maybe he's less aggressive now that he's seeing how good DJ LeMahieu is, because I think DJ LeMahieu is surprising all of us. Like he's been absolutely mashing, and he was robbed of a double that could potentially won us the game today. So I don't know if that changes anything, but I think the smarter play would be to get another bat in there for sure. Bat and some bullpen arms. I'm pretty sure that both of them are pretty much a non-negotiable. I hate the City Connect uniforms. Yeah, I think they're really stupid too. Jake, another random thought. I think Tim Hill has given up a few walk-offs this year. I wish they did not go him that well. I wish that they walked Narvaez um, and pitched against the lefty bat. Um, I think that was a really dumb move. I don't like it because Tim Hill, he throws. He doesn't throw. He's not like an overpowering pitcher. He's a ground ball pitcher. Um, Demon D, where's Uncle Tats? Good question. I wondered if he was going to hop on. I thought Rob maybe would have hopped on as well. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they're asleep. There's every chance that they're asleep. So I do want to say a big thank you to you guys because we're obviously way past midnight in your time. I love you guys so, but that white guy gets on my nerves. Who's the white guy? Weren't we all white? Uncle Taz is white. Rob's white. I'm white. But who's the white guy? I can't stand that white guy. But no, well, fill me in, Demon D. Who's the white guy? We're all white. You got to clarify. No hard feelings taken. You got to clarify. Like, which one is? I can't stand that white guy. I was calling the Red Sox the Green Sox today. Yeah, dude, that uniform is garbage. Awful. I don't understand the point of them. It's just another stupid Manfred thing. Manfred PR thing. Got Dev Fedge. I was waiting for Dev Fedge to come in. What's going on, Dev? Good to see you in there, Dev. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far, or maybe you've just hopped on. Because we know that Dev doesn't sleep. I'm still trying to work out who Demon D is referring to as that white guy. Donnie in the chat. Good to see Donnie in there. All right. We're getting lots of guys in the chat. Oh, you're talking about Rob, right? What does he do to annoy you, brother? He's my brother from another mother. What does he do to annoy you? What does he do to annoy you? Oh, you're Mexican. Does he just rub you the wrong way? Anyway, salute Demon D. I do appreciate you hopping in, man. I think you I think you guys are all hysterical. Great chemistry. Yes, I agree. We do have great chemistry. Rob is the best. Absolutely. Dev. Rob is a great guy. He is. He's my brother from another mother. Um, but yeah, absolutely. Uh, we've been going for a long time, man, as a channel. Like, what was it, like 6 years? 5, 6 years? So, yeah, we're all like best friends. Very blessed to have them in my life. Salute to Rubinho. Absolutely, Donnie. Absolutely. Um, but yeah, we're piling on here. 1 hour and 37 minutes in. Yes, we are family. Lou, wow, that long? Yeah, I think we started because we actually started it on another name. It was the Yankee Chronicles. Um, but then we changed it, so we went under a new name, and it's worked out very, very well. Uh, what time is it? 5:30. Oh, there you go. Just a little. That's right. Family tiff. That's nothing. We're all family. Um, but yeah, well, if unless you guys have anything else that you guys want to talk about, Yankee related, maybe it's time to sign off. But it's been fun to rant and vent about the umpires and Volpe and but damn, it's what a way to start the series though. It was like a playoff atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. So it was still a great game, and Aaron Judge gave us a cinema moment, and I'll tell you, it was one of the best moments of the year. I think no, it wasn't even one of the. It was the best moment of the year that Aaron Judge home run. What's going on, Mark? Thanks so much. We do a show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. We'll get plenty more analysis, and my brain might be working better because at least I'll have some sleep by then. But um, off the cuff, I literally just kind of decided, you know what, that just really annoyed me. Screw these umpires, so I decided to go on a rant. But yeah, check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Man, hop on, say hello, and meet my other co-hosts, Tats and Rob. And I was talking to Rob, and I think we're going to try and call one of the games this weekend. We might try and call the game on Sunday. We'll see. Tony Clark, hit those likes. Amen. Absolutely. And subscribe to the Chronicles. Salute to everybody. Salute to everybody that's watching right now, because there's quite a lot watching, which is awesome at this time of night or morning, I should say. Y'all are goats. So it's the, I mean, I'm here to serve you guys, you know. This is as much as your channel as ours, you know. This is a channel for the fans, to give you guys your voice. And I thought it was a good opportunity to get your voice heard. after a very controversial game, controversial ending. But I'll tell you what, it'll get you locked in. I'm already locked in for this next game. I don't know about you guys. I'm locked in for this next game. I want revenge. I want revenge. And I'm hoping that it'll be the Yankees' attitude in the locker room that they're just sitting there like, DJ LeMahieu was raging. He is a baller. Him and Aaron Judge are going to be like, I am going to absolutely just like take revenge on these assholes tonight. So I'm hoping and I'm thinking that tonight is going to be fire. That's my prediction. I think the Yankees are going to win, and I think that they are going to lay down a marker. They're going to shut those umpires up. That's my prediction. And if I'm wrong, I'll be pissed. And maybe I'll do another angry rant. But yes, he was. I was really impressed with Judge's at bat. When he got to 1-2, but he turned on a cutter inside and it went foul. But I remember saying it, I literally did. I said, that's a good sign. He's on that pitch. You can see it. And then I saw the Judge was kind of like nodding when he took a timeout, took a step out of the batter's box. It says to me that he was waiting for a pitch in that he could crush over the right field, over the left field fence with the Green Monster. And that's exactly what happened. Cinema. So even though we lost brutally, it was a cinema moment. And it was by far the best moment we've had this year. By far. The most exciting. Judge is the greatest right-handed hitter of all time. Do you know what's scary about Aaron Judge is he's getting better. That's what's frightening. That's what's frightening. This guy, because I got this after his, I got this at the 62 bobblehead night. This guy, after he hit 62 home runs, has actually become a better player since then. How is that possible? How is it possible to have the greatest season in American League history and then following that, having a great year last year, and following that, having an even better year this year where he's batting almost 400? That is not normal. That's what's special about this guy. And moments like that to save his team is why he's special. Incredible. Best player in baseball. Box office. I mean, hell, you saw the way that the Royals fans treated it. I think there were a lot of them. Yeah, they were rooting for the Royals, but to be honest, I think they were there for Judge. Because when it was Judge's last at bat, after Judge made the last out of his, and they knew it was his last at bat, they all just completely emptied the stands. They're there for Aaron Judge. Judge is absolutely box office, and he continues to be box office. So, whatever happens, we're in pretty good hands. But we need to give him some help. And I can't wait till Big G's back because he's going to give him some help. Everyone at Fenway Rose when the Judge hit that home run. Yeah, my cousin's there, man. I was so jealous. I was like, oh my God, he's there. What a moment. Absolutely cool. But it was robbed of us, and that's why I was pissed. So 2 hours later, I had a lot to say about it. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. Should be fun. But thank you everybody for watching. I don't even know if I'm coherent. I hope I was. I hope you guys had a good time interacting with me. I had a hell of a lot of fun interacting with you guys. You guys are the goats. You guys are the best. The OG subscribers, it's all love. and new subscribers that we've had today. Love. So, big thank you to all you guys. Keep an eye out on when we next go live. Obviously, Sunday, the girls do a great show. Sierra and Lynn, gotta check out. Gotta check out their show, the Upper Deck on Sunday. Me and Rob might be calling a game on Sunday. Might be. So keep an eye out on that. We will update you. Um, Otherwise, Monday morning, 10 a.m., Pinstripe Chronicles, me, Rob, Uncle Tats, we'll be breaking down this series, and we'll have a lot to say because it'll be very interesting to hear what they've got to say about this, because they will be absolutely be just as pissed. You guys think that I'm fucking crazy. Wait till you hear Uncle Tats' opinion, because he really goes for it when especially injustices. So, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I really appreciate the kind words. That does mean a lot to me. So, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you in the chat in the future. Absolutely. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure I will see you down the line very, very soon. Good night.